Commercial lending portfolios are facing dual pressures. Default expectations from corporate clients are rising, while the risk management processes designed to catch them are failing to keep pace with the shifting landscape. The primary friction point sits at the analyst level. Highly paid risk professionals spend the bulk of their day locating unstructured data across disparate systems and manually rekeying it into spreading software. For a standard credit review, this manual assembly process takes an average of 100 minutes per file before actual risk assessment can even begin. New agentic architectures change that math. By shifting the workload to specialized AI systems, financial institutions are compressing that exact same workflow down to 100 seconds. This speed is not achieved by expanding headcount. It requires restructuring how data flows from the initial point of upload directly to the underwriting team. In an elevated risk environment, the delay inherent in manual data extraction prevents institutions from identifying deteriorating credit quality until after a breach has occurred. Consumer-grade conversational AI cannot execute these workflows. Generic models lack the domain specificity and strict guardrails required for regulated banking operations. The solution is a specialized agent operating system, an architectural layer that governs distinct AI models and grants them access to specific banking tools and data. nCino structures this system through digital partners. These are role-based AI frameworks aligned to specific banking functions, like the verifier role for risk assessment. For underwriters and credit professionals, the system deploys the Analyst digital partner, designed explicitly to parse complex financial data and surface latent risk. This partner operates using two highly specialized subagents. The credit analyst handles data extraction and financial spreading, while the risk manager executes ongoing covenant and health monitoring. By examining the exact tools assigned to these two agents, we can track how they execute deterministic actions that eliminate hours of manual entry. The credit analyst subagent is built to automate the financial spreading process for standard U.S. tax forms, including the 1040 and 1120. Its primary architectural advantage is its asynchronous operation. It runs continuously in the background, executing tasks without waiting for a user prompt. Upon document upload, the subagent verifies eligibility and routes it down an automated path. The AI parses the unstructured document, extracting specific line items for spreading templates. It then populates the software, locks the period from human edits, and generates a concise financial summary. From the initial file upload to a fully locked and summarized spreading period, the entire background operation takes approximately 180 seconds. Beyond speed, delegating extraction to the agent establishes absolute consistency in data capture, removing the variance of human rekeying from the baseline data. Because these asynchronous tasks happen autonomously, the core financial data is fully prepared and spread the exact moment the underwriter logs into the file. Once the financial data is locked and summarized, the second subagent, the risk manager, takes over. Its immediate priority is running automated covenant testing against the newly acquired financial indicators. In legacy systems, checking covenant compliance required an analyst to cross-reference loan agreements and manually calculate ratios days or weeks after the client submitted their tax returns. This interface shows how automated testing instantly updates relationship status. In the bottom right, we see 12 active covenants tied to the borrower's profile. Using the color-coded legend tracking the next evaluation date, the system immediately surfaces any breached thresholds to the manager. While these tests run on automated background triggers, analysts can also instruct the agent to run comprehensive ad hoc relationship reviews on demand. Automating the math turns covenant testing from a reactive administrative chore into an immediate pulse check on borrower liquidity. Scaling this automation across all accounts provides the foundation for continuous credit monitoring. Traditionally, institutions rely on static, backward-looking annual reviews to assess portfolio quality, leaving massive time gaps where borrower circumstances can deteriorate unnoticed. With continuous credit monitoring, the risk manager subagent continuously scans real-time account data against predefined risk thresholds to detect early warning indicators. When a threshold is breached, the agent generates an alert outlining the top 3 riskiest insights for that specific relationship, long before a scheduled review. These individual alerts become significantly more powerful when aggregated to evaluate the institution's overall exposure. This scatter plot illustrates the bank's entire portfolio risk distribution. The agent instantly categorizes relationships into 3 columns based on automated risk status. The green zone requires no action, the orange zone flags early warnings, and the red zone demands immediate attention. Executive teams use this density map to rapidly redirect their analysts to the high-exposure accounts concentrated in the red zone. By surfacing stress signals as they happen, continuous credit monitoring gives institutions the lead time to actively mitigate client defaults rather than discovering them post-mortem. The heaviest friction point for adopting AI in commercial lending is the risk of deploying opaque, unpredictable technology. Meeting stringent regulatory standards requires enterprise banks to reject the black box model entirely, moving to a glass box architecture where every AI operation is completely observable. The agent operating system builds observability from the ground up, starting with versioned system prompts. Next, rigid identity and tenant scooping ensures the AI only queries authorized data. Finally, the runtime engine traces every step, recording exact tool calls and logging millisecond latency before generating a response. This trace log delivers exactly what examiners look for: a time-stamped, reconstructible timeline of what the system did and structural proof that it was permitted to do it. Compressing a credit workflow is only a viable strategy if that speed is built on a foundation of absolute, measurable governance. The reduction of 100 minutes of manual data aggregation into 100 seconds of automated insight enables underwriters to pivot immediately from data collection to risk analysis. But that velocity is only applicable for financial institutions because specialized digital partners execute it within a fully auditable framework. By deploying an agent operating system to handle extraction and monitoring, underwriters and risk managers can finally spend their time actually managing portfolio risk instead of managing data entry.